Hello there. I've gone to a psalm today. A psalm is often full of phrases that are so familiar to us, and they've come to mean a lot to us over the years. If you're unfamiliar with them, read them 2 or 3 times. This psalm, Psalm 30, it has wonderful phrases in it, like in verse 5, weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. What a promise. What a wonderful promise. You know, we do have times, don't we, when we are weeping, either with the loss of a loved one or with something that has suddenly come our way, or we hear news of something that's going on in the world and we are moved to tears. Tears are not bad, but they don't have to last, because we have that trust in God, that knowledge that He is in control and that He is with us. And His presence, His very presence, brings us comfort. You remember Jesus Himself said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning." Things always look worse in the dark at night when you're awake and everyone else is asleep. Things always look much worse, and time seems to go very slowly when you can't get back to sleep, and all the anxieties and fears sweep round your head. That's not what God wants for us. But if we cry in the night, when dawn comes and the sun rises and a new day begins, God is the great God of new beginnings. Joy comes with the morning. And then it says, verse 11, "Thou hast turned my mourning into dancing. Thou hast loosed my sackcloth and girded me with gladness." The use of the word sackcloth is, if you don't know, that it was traditional back in those days. If something awful had happened or someone was very upset about something and very distressed, they would tear their clothes or they would put on sackcloth. Sackcloth was very coarse material, which was very uncomfortable to wear, and you took off your glad rags and you put on sackcloth to show how distressed you were. Job did that when he was in trouble. We don't tend to do that now, but you could say, "Thou hast loosed my I don't know what you'd call them. I suppose they are. When somebody's really depressed and low and upset and worried and anxious, they can't be bothered to wash and they can't be bothered to dress properly, and they wear the old clothes that are worn out and they just slump around them. That's not really a word, is it? Slump. But you know what I mean. They just shuffle around the place with no energy and no interest in anything. Well, the Lord doesn't want us to live like that. He turns our mourning into dancing. He turns our sackcloth, takes our sackcloth off and girds us with gladness, that my soul may praise thee and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to thee forever. You know, counting your blessings, giving thanks, turning to look at what God has done, not what you think God hasn't done. Not looking at the bad, but looking at the good. As someone once said, I don't remember who said it or whether I read it somewhere, but someone said 2 men looked through prison bars. One saw mud, the other stars. These 2 men were in exactly the same position, but it was where their eyes were fixed that changed their attitude to life and their demeanour. We can wallow. We can spend longer in sadness and bereavement and weeping than we need to, because we look and constantly go over the thing that has happened that has caused us so much distress. But when we look to the Lord, And we thank him for everything that he's got for us. And we bless him. And we turn our eyes upon Jesus. And we see what he did for us. And we realise afresh that our life on this earth is very short. And we really shouldn't waste what God has given us. That we should stir ourselves to be thankful, because in every circumstance there is something to be thankful for. Even when we lose a loved one, someone very, very dear to us, we can be thankful that we had them. We can be thankful that they were part of our life. We can be thankful that God gave them to us. We can be thankful that we loved them, because we only feel so sad and so bereft and so down because we loved them. It's the negative side of love, I suppose. If we didn't have any love, we would not have any sadness. We can turn to the Lord, and he turns our mourning into dancing, changes our sackcloth, girds us with gladness. He says to us, weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. Have a good day. God bless you. That's Psalm 30. Worth another read, I think. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.